Listen, hold on. For the record, I don't mind being in a hot seat because I'm an open book. Remember, y'all said you check my social media. You stalk me regularly.
Okay, has social media stripped away the authenticity
Authenticity.
authenticity in relationships?
There again, yes and no. I know. I think it honestly boils down to the individuals, their maturity level, what they feel comfortable with sharing and not sharing. There again, to me, is just a form of telling a story. And people like to hear a story, good, bad, or indifferent. So, yes, you have to be careful because you want to set certain boundaries because we do, have people out there that may, just stalk you and you talking about the Bible. The Bible says that an evil person can't sleep at night unless they do an evil deed. So we know if you got people who or we've talked a lot on the last couple of episodes of understanding who you are as a value of a man and a woman. And if you don't and you lack self-esteem, a lack awareness of who you are and the abilities that God gave you, and all you can see is somebody else's lifestyle that you want, then yeah, you're going to attach yourself or associate yourself with that individual, or even maybe try to even destroy certain situations. But the authenticity of relationship, no, because one thing that I've always tried to do on my social media platform, good, bad, or indifferent, I like to share things that I like to do, things that are happy for me, and to sometimes be, I gotta dumb it down or water it down because of what somebody else think of me, as long as I'm not being disrespectful or not showing kindness or not showing loyalty. Why I gotta water down the things that make me happy because you're not happy? you know I mean, social media has so many different tools where we're friends, but guess what? Instead of me unfriending you, I can unfollow you, right? Where I don't see certain things about you because I can't handle it. To me, that's so simple minded. Like, what happened to being excited for your fellow brother and sister that's doing
Well,
well?
you're talking about friendships and stuff.
Well,
If you're
relationship
talking
is a friendship, right?
right, but you're talking about people being happy for what you're posting. We're not necessarily talking about that. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as, again, it's not all negative to update different people and to share different exciting moments, but I'm going to speak from personal experience. I think that as we talked about, sorry, still not feeling all the way right, but as we were talking about authenticity or just being real, we can just dumb it down. I think that there was a point in time I was dating somebody and we had a YouTube channel. We had a Instagram channel. We had all these different channels. The relationship wasn't always bad, but there was different times that we were beefing behind the scenes, right? But we had created such a strong foothold on social media, we had to act the part, right? Or there may have been situations that you witnessed in a Puerto Rico, in a Cabo, San Lucas, right? In a Tampa that maybe we weren't seeing eye to eye, but because we created this social media platform, this YouTube, fan club or whatever, we had to put on a performative effort. And so being out of that relationship, it showed me that, okay, let me build a real connection that, okay, nobody doesn't even need to know about. I know we're going into the last question about, posting partners or whatever, so I'm not trying to jump the gun there, but I feel like what's real is between me and me and the woman I'm dating, and that doesn't need to be witnessed by everybody else. And I think sometimes a person can struggle by putting so much out there, and it can backfire on them.
Absolutely. No, I think that's a very, very good point that you brought up in regards to, you all started a channel, put everything out there in the world, and then things went haywire and you felt obligated. So, what kind of came to mind was a couple of things as you were describing. One is your motive. What is the motive behind you putting out content or putting out pictures or your social media thing regarding your relationship, but then also being true to yourself. It's okay that you two started things that was beefing behind the scene. I mean, if we're keeping it 100, that's you and I. We started this platform to talk about our different experiences, our journey as you're navigating adulthood, as I'm navigating, living in a different state and dating life. We've had several beefs where we wasn't talking, but that's okay. I think if we're going back to that question, authentic, and even saying being okay with things not being okay.
Yeah,
And
but
I
that's
think, hold
there's a
on, look,
there's a difference. There's a difference between a child and a mother, or a child and a parent's
of course, I
relationship.
was just bringing
That's
up the
right.
point.
I get what you're saying, but
When I
you
wasn't
talk
finished
about
with,
you talked about. I wanted to get on motive because sometimes you can go on for 5 minutes. I don't want to lose track of that thought. You talk
but
about
I wasn't.
motive.
I didn't bring it home. I didn't get to bring my point home.
Go ahead and bring it
Do you
home.
need a
Go
notepad to put motives? So
go ahead and bring it on. I mean, we don't want our audience getting bored with 5 minutes
Oh
soliloquies.
no,
Go
people
ahead.
love when I talk. Listen, I just found out people be watching and they be telling me stuff that I done said in the thing that I done forgot that I done said. So people love to hear mama. So stop it. Um, what I was trying to say is people are afraid to say this didn't work or I failed or I made a mistake, and that's okay. I think when we show more of that along with even some decisions that we make, that we really going to touch our audience. I think what you and what old girl did was amazing. I loved y'all videos. I love the things that you watch. But guess what? It didn't work. So would it been a bad thing? Be like, look, I know we started this platform. It didn't work out. We're no longer doing this. We're going our separate ways. Guess what? Now you're human. See, I think what you're saying is, yeah, we do these different things, we start these different business, we do this, and sometimes it doesn't work, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that the relationship was a failure. It didn't mean if I didn't keep our relationship off of social media, we would make it or not make it. I think we need to be authentic people
Right, but
and
it's
have.
that the question is how authentic is social media? You already said that people don't put in they don't put their bad on social media. If you and Curtis are arguing, you're not going on social media saying, "Hey, we're going through a rough patch," or "Hey, me and Curtis are arguing about this or that." Right. So again, that wouldn't be truly authentic if you're only putting out messages or images of showing what is your best moments. That's not authentic.
So, yes, it
There's
is
nothing.
tomato,
No, there's
tomato.
nothing. No,
I
there's
am
nothing.
not going.
There's
No, no, no,
not.
no,
There's
no. I
not.
am not.
You
Curtis
gotta
and
admit it.
I. Okay, you're
You
right.
have to let me finish.
You're
There's
absolutely
nothing.
right.
There's nothing authentic about social media because most 85 to 90% of people only put out what they want to be put out on social media. Nobody goes on social media and be like,
And
"Man,
what's
I'm
wrong
having
with
a."
that?
Because it's not authentic. Because if you're talking about being humans, everybody's not always having a great day. Everybody is not always having, for this podcast, having the best
Absolutely.
relationship. So if you're only going to put out the images or the moments that are happy, even though there are other times that you are not happy, that's not being authentic. That's not being real. That's projecting an image that you want people to buy into. And my question is, why, as people get older and you mature, that I am sitting here and have to share every moment or every experience or different experiences that my partner and I are having instead of just being in the moment?